So after hiring over 150 employees in my home services business, I've learned there's actually only two kinds of employees, right? I'm not gonna build up this video and make you wait for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna straight up tell you what that is. You've got employees that make your life easier and solve problems. And the second camp, you've got employees that are looking to you for guidance for every little thing, that they struggle to make decisions and think critically, and they don't solve their own problems, and they end up making more work for you as a business owner. And you're probably listening to this being like, man, I had Jill or I had Bill and that was literally it, right? They're calling and texting me for every little thing. And those of you that have been blessed to have, we call them a rock star employee or an A+ employee on your team. Let's call them Joshua. Joshua like literally just took the job, produced it, got it done, client was happy, we got paid, is great. So I'm here to tell you, unfortunately, that first employee, the one who makes your life easier, if you had 10 potential applicants, it's probably 1 out of 10, maybe 2. So the vast majority of the world is looking to be told exactly what to do and looking for simple checklists. And I totally understand in a trades business, you wanna have standard operating procedures and checklists, and all that is great. But I will tell you this famous quote, right? Business would be easy if not for the people. You can build systems all you want, and I love that. We do that for our members at Home Service Business Coach, and it helps them run a great business. But if you don't lock in the people component, I'm telling you, you can have the best systems, but with crappy talent on your team, like low level competence coming to you for everything, you're not gonna wanna run this business more than one season. And people exit their small business for 2 reasons. Number 1 is cash flow, and number 2 is dealing with all the BS that people bring. So it's just 16 years of me in home services, hiring over 150 people. Some great hires there in category 1 who made my life easier. Some not so good B players, like just wouldn't want more of them. And then really some C players, I'm like, man, this person complicates my life. So I'd want to get into this a little bit and share a little bit more value for you here on this training. So the first thing to consider now that we've identified our 2 camps of employees, you've got to ask yourself, what is your management style, okay? We've worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs now, and I'm very clear on what someone's management style is, and there's typically 2 kinds of leaders, and I like to pivot it to kind of the DISC personality test is a great one. The first one is someone who's very high D, right? This is dominant, and that doesn't mean you're not a likable person or you're just crushing people down. It means you're extremely results driven, and you tend to be impatient and go. And someone who's a little more chill and laid back, you will actually drive them the wrong way. Very dominant people who are high D can tend to want employees who are maybe always saying yes to them, right? And that can create it's trouble in itself. But if you're very results driven, you're gonna want people on your team who are like frothing at the mouth for performance pay, right? And don't like to waste time and just want to go. Those are gonna be the best people for you, for your company. The other kind of leader is one that's probably a little bit more reserved, right? And you're gonna want people on your team that can solve problems and that can step up and that can lead certain departments. The problem is the people that are drawn to the second leader can kind of butt heads with the leaders that are high D, because leaders that are high D, it's their way or the highway. Like, you're doing it this way, I'm not super open-minded to hearing another way. The second leader tends to be very open-minded and say, which way do you think's best? That seems pretty much as good as my way, we'll go with that way. In my case as a leader, I'm the second kind of leader. I'm not high D and it has to be like this. So the best dance partners for me are actually employees that want to take ownership in their role. I call them intrapreneurs, right? And so right now, today I have about 19 employees right now in both my companies, right? The intrapreneurs are the ones that are doing well. I don't need to talk to them on a daily basis. They're not asking me, is this message okay to send to this person? Or they're not coming to me saying, hey, this one client had this one thing. Are you okay if I do? I don't have time in my life for the minutia small decisions. I want to make the big decisions for the company. I want to build out a marketing plan for the whole next year. I want to build out a vision for the next year. I want to go meet this key strategic partner. I want to bring this massive influencer to come onto my podcast. I want to attend this one trade show in 8 months, and I want to plan out what that's going to look like. Those are the things where my head goes to. So the best people for me are ones that do not require micromanagement. And I'll literally illustrate this. We brought a videographer into our office to kind of do like a day in the life, and that'll be coming on our channel. But our office manager, Jacob, actually gets interviewed, and he said he likes working for Dave because Dave is not a helicopter boss. And he kind of laughed a little bit because in his story, in his interview, he had previous work experience where that wasn't the case, and he had people over his shoulder. Did you do this? Did you do that? The people who are a good match with me, they all have a story of bosses they've worked like that are high D, and they just were not a good match for them. So like, I hope this is like uncovering gold for you, because it will help identify in interviews who's going to be best for you as a dance partner, because you don't want someone coming in for a month or two and it not being a good fit. It's a waste of everybody's time. And this still happens today, absolutely, in both my companies. But you want to play the odds in your favor, and it starts with one, answering A or B. Are you high D, or are you more reserved and like you don't get super upset when things can go wrong, right? If my office underbids a job, it is what it is. I don't lose a wink of sleep. We'll make it up on the next one. Someone who's high D, that's a huge freaking issue. And like, I cannot sleep. My blood is boiling. I need to solve this today. I don't know if it's my personality or my years in business, but the things that come to me, they're generally not like a huge freak out deal. And same with the big wins that come to me. I'm not, going out to party and celebrate. This is crazy. I'm just so steady in how I operate that I attract people that are low drama and steady in their personal lives generally, and they're great fits to work with me because they know that they get a lot of freedom in their role, and I'll call them out when things get off kilter. I literally had this week, 2 employees not getting along. I'm hearing about it both sides. Okay, everyone meet in the boardroom, 1 hour, we're gonna solve this, right? And so I'll take action still when needed, but I would say generally in business, the things that come to the owner, they can be solved by a competent employee if you just hired better. And I want to illustrate this point. Call him one of my mentors. I've never met him in person, but Donald Miller wrote a book called Story Brand. If you've not read it, check it out. On his podcast, he was sharing, I was out golfing earlier this year and listening to Donald in my ear, and he shared he's bringing on, I believe it's like a new executive assistant or someone to assist him personally. And one of his interview questions was, what management style are you expecting from me by form of check-ins with you? And one of the applicants, she had said, oh, I think like a daily 15-minute phone call would be great, right? Then we can stay in touch. And he was like, man, this is a terrible fit. Like, there's no way I'm gonna commit to a 15-minute check, just at the level he's playing at in business. I forget which cadence was better for him, but it's illustrating the point that wherever you are in your business journey, you're gonna have a specific cadence you want. For me, with 18, 19 staff, I don't wanna be checking in, and I don't have the capacity to check in with everyone every day. It's just not a thing. So you set up key managers in place who people can come to, and quite honestly, I would prefer to have employees that aren't counting when's the last check-in they had with Dave. They know they can reach me. They know they can get a hold of me when something's big, but they also know I'm juggling multiple things. So if they're gonna come to me, it needs to be a pretty big thing. So those are the people that I've learned do best in my organizations, are one that don't need extremely tight fit in a box management systems. They are better with some creative control. They know that they have my trust as an owner, and the people that work with me, I trust so much, I would literally give them a key to my house. It's that level of trust. They're dealing with all my clients on my cleaning side. They're dealing with my clients on the coaching side, that I trust them. They're part of my team. They're part of my network. And I don't feel I'm in this position to be, coming down on them and saying this is exactly how it needs to be done. So if you want to take the next step in scaling your business to the next level, you're going to want to check out our Scaling Blueprint program. We've worked with hundreds of home service business owners now all around the world, where we've actually built out the systems for them in their customized branding and provided them with coaching from our 7-figure coaching team. If you want to learn more about that opportunity, then go ahead and click the link right here. Now let's get back to the episode. So it's that quote, hire people smarter than you and get out of their way and let them build the business. And that's easy for someone to say who's already doing it right now like me, but for you listening, probably just starts with your first hire right now. And I can uncover probably 80% of your people problems in the next 1 minute by saying your time right now is probably going into 2 areas of the business too much. One will be fulfillment. So if you've got, let's say, a carpet cleaning business, you're out doing the carpet cleaning. If I didn't catch you on that one, then you're doing behind the scenes in the office. You're scheduling your carpet cleaning crew or technician. You're doing inbound calls that are coming in. You're doing all the estimates. You're doing the invoicing. You're answering the company emails. And I caught you on one of those too, right? So you're either doing the fulfillment or doing the office. Where business gets beautiful and you start clipping past that $500,000 mark in annual revenue is really where you ascend out of fulfillment, you ascend out of the office, and you move to this beautiful spot of being, I call it like marketing/sales director. You're in charge and you're monitoring daily lead flow coming in your business, and you're also getting busy making partnerships, marketing the neighborhoods you're in, working with your SEO, building out follow-up campaigns. That's great sales and marketing stuff. And you're also taking at least 2 days a week to go out and do estimates in person. That is such a key point, and you can only get there when you build that base of the pyramid properly with a key hire or 2 in fulfillment and a key hire in your office. So like getting to 500K starts with those first 3 key hires. I'd say 2 in fulfillment if you're running a 2-person crew, and I'd say 1 person in the office. And that person in the office, if you're sub 500K, could honestly be part-time. 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day could be amazing for your business as you scale up. So those are only the 2 kinds of people, and I'd like to share stories. So I want to share one more story about one of our successful entrepreneurs that I've been working with in my group, and that's Toby. Toby runs an exterior cleaning company in Kansas. He came to us, he was on the truck for a number of years, and we ended up working with him where he now has his solid 2-person crew. They've been with him for full season now, and they're continuing to grow. And as Toby jumps from 1 crew to 2 crews next year, he's gonna take that crew. He's got 2 crew leaders now. He can come out of the gate in March, April next year and go 2 crew leaders, 2 trucks. And so that's just the power I wanna illustrate. When you build proper hiring infrastructure in your business, you can get some incredible talent on your team. But it all starts with you. Toby had to shift furniture in his brain. The business can run, the fulfillment side can run without Toby having to do everything. And a great litmus check is just reading through your Google reviews. If your name as the owner is on every one, then you need some help in the hiring department, and you need to start building out some of these systems in hiring. So this right here, this is an example of one of the playbooks that we build out for you at Home Service Business Coach. When you work with us, we build out 6 playbooks, but the one right here you can see, this is our hiring playbook. And so in it is pages and pages of exactly the interview questions you ask, what a job site or a job candidate profile looks like, what a job ad looks like, how you do a reference call, how we onboard people, everything to do with the people department. We've taken it and we branded it for your company. And that's just one of the playbooks that you get in Home Service Business Coach when you work with us in our coaching program. So if you ever want to learn more what that looks like, there's going to be a link down below. You can go ahead and click it. But we've been delivering these playbooks to entrepreneurs all across the country. And the results have honestly been quite amazing, and hearing the feedback makes me super happy. Know that our goal from day one was to change small businesses, to change lives, and we can't do that until we change the thought patterns of the entrepreneur. And so that's what we're all about here at HSBC. So I hope that you are super motivated here as we look at a new season to bring on some top tier talent in your team. And I will tell you, the right people in your business make your business a dream business to be part of. But when you get the hiring wrong and you have just order takers in your business who look to you for everything, you may be sharing with your spouse, your partner, like, man, honestly, why did I hire John, or why did I hire Bill? Because he's just coming to me for everything. I'd just be better doing it myself. So you should not go to bed at night and be wondering about what employees are going to do tomorrow, stressing about them. If you are, and I'm there all the time with you, by the way, then you need to look at bringing some better people in your team. And that's just the hard truth, because I would rather stay an owner operator than have a 4-person team and they're all like 5 out of 10s, right? I'm only hiring people to buy back my time so I don't have to be owner operator, and it can take multiple hires until you find that right fit. And then it just becomes a fun retention game. Then you just got to keep the team busy year round, keep them happy, take care of them. And that's a whole nother topic we've made about on this channel, and we'll continue to do more. So I hope you learned today about those 2 kinds of employees. I hope you learned from me personally what employees work best with me. You may be the same, you may be different, but ultimately we need to have systems in our business. And once those hiring systems are built, we now have a proven playbook. We can go and attract top tier talent. And your home service business, with 2 to 3 key hires this next year, on the front end in the office and selling, and on the back end in fulfillment, if you get those set up, you will find yourself largely freed up, so long as those hires are the type of employee I shared earlier, who can make decisions, can solve problems. And the real kicker I'll end with, you got to pay those people a little more than industry average, but it is worth it. I do believe in life you get what you pay for, and that's the last tip I'll leave you with if you listen this far. Pay people a bit above the industry average and you'll get better people in your organization. So drop a comment below, your biggest takeaway. Thank you so much for watching. Share it with a friend, and wish you well this next year as you scale up your company and get some A+ talent on your home service team.